Hello everyone, welcome to Dear Love Talk, the part of the program where we take our time to answer anything you have or anything you send at us to do with your love life. And be ready because we try to be as frank and direct as possible.
Yes, definitely. If you want an answer, you will get one. But also, I don't know how this sounded, but yes, I mean what I said. But something else I wanted to say is that if you write to us and you do not wish your question to be on the show, please let us know and we will just reply to you, on the email, and that's it. Please let us know, okay?
So let's go for the first question. And by the way, the email you can write to is questions@lovetalkshow.tv. The first one says, I'm going through a very difficult time in my marriage. My husband cheated on me for the second time and he just came back home from living with his lover for 8 months. I want to save my marriage, but don't know how. Well, let me be very honest with you. You know, when you get married, when you start a relationship, the first time you allow something to happen, whatever that is, whether it's unfaithfulness, whether it's the person to speak to you in a certain way, to raise their voice at you, to be abusive, to push, whatever it is. Once you accept something a first time, that becomes the rule of thumb for the relationship. The person who did that to you knows that you accept that, so he'll keep on doing it. Now, if you've accepted him to cheat on you once and you took him back, and now you're taking him back a second time after he lived 8 months with another lover, what you're telling him is that he can go and do this a third time. And it's up to you what you want your relationship in your life to be, but if you carry on this way, you are not saving your marriage. Sometimes in order to save a marriage, you need to save yourself first. And it may be that there is no marriage to save in the future because certainly this person you are with has a problem because he's unfaithful to you, he's been unfaithful to you on more than one occasion. But perhaps you need to say to yourself and to this person, I'm sorry, I value myself, I'm better than this, and I don't depend on you in order to survive. So please move on with your life and I move on with mine. And perhaps if you really want to save that marriage, this will be the wake-up call he needs. But the question is, should you want to save a marriage where the person has repeatedly been unfaithful to you? I think that's the question you need to answer.
Yeah, I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm trying to come up with some other explanation as to why this doesn't sound right. And I could come up with something. Try to imagine, yeah? You are very hungry and you are asking someone, please give me food. And the person says to you, hold on a second, I'm going to feed myself first and my friends. And if there is anything left, I'll see what I can do for you. And then the person goes like, oh, thank you so much. So basically, you are happy with the crumbs. You are happy with the leftovers of that man. I wanted to come up with a more shocking example, but I don't want to be rude. But this is what I mean. You are making him not respect you at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I can only imagine his conversation with his lover, like, oh, please don't leave me. Oh, I'm going back to her because, she can always cook for me and wash my clothes. She can help me. I'll see you whenever I can. Yeah. Is that what you want?
And also, taking him back is just saying to him that if he does this again, you're going to take him back again. So I think rather than asking the question, how do I save my marriage, you should ask, should you be saving this marriage? But that is a question only you have the answer for.
Yes. Second question. It says, I just started dating a couple of months ago and I have laid down some rules that my boyfriend should only use social media when I am around. I have also asked him for his password to all his accounts, but he seems to think I'm coming on too strong. And he is right. No, this is not part of the question. This is me saying it. He is absolutely right. Because first you need to learn to trust, and he needs to see that from you, and vice versa. There are things that you need to establish before you move on to that stage of a relationship. Trust, and so many other things. But let's talk about trust here. If you are already so suspicious, or I don't know who wrote this question, maybe you've been to one of our seminars and you heard us say that couples should have everything in common. You should know each other's passwords, just to protect your marriage and avoid misunderstandings. But you are not married yet, and you've only been dating for a few months. So take it easy. You're going to scare the person away.
And I think this shows that you have some issues. You have issues with trust and trust in the person who's with you, right? If the guy hasn't given you any reason for you not to trust him, then why go through all these things?
Yeah.
And the important thing is, yes, like Elena says, we do say in our seminars that when you're married, then there's no secret. So Elena has my passwords, I have hers. But we don't do that to control each other. We do that because there's nothing that's mine that's not hers. Whatever's hers is mine.
And because our account is a
versa.
joint account, so I want to get to my messages
Also,
as well.
But even, for example, even my email address, she has the passwords for that. I have the password for hers, not that I use it. But it's just that we have everything in common. But if you start a relationship and you start demanding things like this from someone that you haven't met for too long, that shows that you have a lot of insecurities. You have issues that you haven't dealt with, and you think that the best way to deal with these issues is to demand from the person to be completely open to you about things that he shouldn't be open about right now. At this stage of the relationship, this is still something which is very much part of his life in private. So I think you shouldn't be asking, am I coming on too strong? Yes, you are, but also find out why you're doing this, because there are issues you are ignoring that I don't know what they are, and you need to scan your life and see where this is coming from, because it's coming from something that happened to you.
And maybe what you think is this: I've got to know who this guy is. I need to know if he's a serious guy, if he's into flirting and all that. But listen, the best thing you can do to know someone, pay attention. The best thing you can do in order to know someone, be it a friend, a partner, anyone, is to give them freedom. Give them freedom and see what they do with it. And that's when you see people's true colors.
That's right.
So that's my advice for you.
And on that note, that's the end for our advice for the questions of Dear Love Talk here today. If you want to get in touch, send us any question you have to our email address, questions@lovetalkshow.tv, or contact us via our Facebook page. Until next time, bye-bye.